We're going to be bombarded with a lot of messages from Republicans and MAGA and white people about how sorry they are that they voted for Agent Orange. One common refrain that I hear a lot is, but we didn't vote for this. We didn't vote for Elon Musk. We didn't vote for people to be laid off. We didn't vote for cut star healthcare. Yes, you did. You just thought that it wouldn't be you that would be affected. That's truth. But recognize what the end goal of this strategy is. These posts that they're making that are heartfelt, talking about, oh, they are so regretful and that they didn't realize that their vote would cause all of this chaos. All that is designed to do, along with their rage baiting and their trollish behavior, is to get attention centered on them. They have a deep pathological need to be the center of attention. They really believe that the universe revolves around them. And if you're Black, you definitely know that. They are constantly involved in our business. For us to be so inferior, for us to be so worthless to American society. They are in the comments constantly of our videos. They rip off our creativity and make their poor, mediocre copies, because they need to be the center of attention. And they really do have, again, a pathological need for us to center them. They want to garner sympathy, and not just MAGA and Republicans, liberal white people too. I can't tell you how many comments I've gotten in my recent videos from white people talking about, I'm not MAGA, and I've never voted Republican. I did not vote for Agent Orange. You can't lump all white people in the same. What I do is delete the comments and block those people. Again, they want our energy, our time, and attention. And the best way to combat them is to not give it to them. And when you see these posts, a couple of them have gone viral, I'm going to tag Tabitha Speaks Politics. She is excellent. I'm going to tag Tabitha. Y'all go follow her and watch her videos. She talks about this, about viral posts from MAGA people talking about how regretful they are. They're not regretful. They're feeling the heat from the fires that they said that they thought that they would be insulated from. They thought they would be the ones standing back and watching everybody who is not them be decimated. But see, that whirlwind has now gotten them caught up. They didn't anticipate that. And I've made another video talking about how they are not ready. But don't be fooled by these town hall meetings, because they held town hall meetings just like the ones they're holding now, where they are going off on their representatives because they're mad. They did the same thing during Agent Orange's first term. And guess what? They reelected those same representatives again. Again, this is to get attention, because if they were truly pissed, and I believe that that day may come sooner than later, they're going to bring that January 6th treasonous insurrectionist energy to Washington. That's when we know that they are truly upset. But they're not that upset yet. They just want us to say, oh, but now they knew about Project 2025. Former Vice President Kamala Harris, she told them, we told them, everybody told them about Project 2025. And Agent Orange himself said exactly what he was going to do. But you remember all of those rallies that were just 21st century versions of Klan rallies? That's why they voted, because he embodies everything that they believe, or so they thought. Because again, they thought that they were exempt, and they're not. Karma does not play, but it's only beginning. They are really not sorry yet. They're really not regretful yet. Oh, but they're going to be. And we'll know the difference. So y'all just stay the course. Y'all be careful out here.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Just hope that you're doing super great wherever you are today. Now, you know when they used to say that black people are super raged, black people are squeamished, black people are quick to react. Black people are so fast to anger. Most of the things that they pushed towards we Africans, black people back in the motherland, we get to have this perspective about, like, that's what we believe, at least who black people really are. But I'm glad that today we have the internet, and people like us, like Africans, we can learn, we can see, especially those who are interested in learning and getting to know the true image of who are really black people. Now, inside the context of something that I'm trying to discuss about is that there are a couple of things that really happened, that if it really happened, people expected, especially white folks expected, black people to be outraged, black people to be so mad, black people to cry, black people to, do a lot of crazy things. But in turn, they decided to keep quiet and they decided to watch things. And this, as the world watched how black people professionally handled the scenario of what is happening in the United States, actually turns out that majority of black folks are so calm when all this is happening. And this defies the stereotype that most of these people have always been trying to sell to us. People who are striving to understand more of like who are black people. That is something that they have always strived to sell us. But with time, they were so surprised. They were beat with big surprise that black folks, they are so calm about the things that are happening. I want us to watch this video where these black people share their sentiments in regards to things that white folks believe that black people will do, but black folks are keeping their calm. I want us to watch this video. As you know, these are presented Gene Talk Stories. I'll be back and then we'll have a proper discussion in regards to this. If you're watching this video for the first time, I'll ask you to subscribe to the channel, join our membership, and really get to see what we can offer you. Until then, let's get into it. I'll be back.
Black women are aggressive. Black women are ghetto. Black women are money hungry. Fine. Let's say that all of that is true. Now what? What do you think would happen if black women were just like, sure, okay. White people have made a habit of redefining words to suit their own agendas for hundreds of years. They change what things mean to benefit themselves. And we know that. So when the conversation of the reclamation of the N-word comes up, nobody blinks an eye. We understand the power we took back by reclaiming that word. Every single thing that they say about us is coded. Nothing is honest. Nothing is sincere. And the bigger question is, why would we ever care about the perspective or perception of a group of people whose whole existence is banking on minimization of another group? Everything that they love about themselves is about reflection from another group. Ask a white person what they love about themselves without bringing somebody else into it and watch them fucking fumble. Fine. Black women are aggressive. Now what? Because I know when you call me aggressive, what you mean is that I am strong in my standard. That I don't pull no punches. That I'm not willing to perform. That I don't fake niceties like you do to survive. When you call me aggressive, what you mean is that I refuse to play the fucking game. So hell yeah, I'm aggressive. I'm firm in who I know that I am. And I'm firm in what I know I deserve. And if you choose to define that as aggressive, then bitch, I'm aggressive. If you choose to define the way that I express my culture as ghetto, then bitch, I am ghetto. I'll be all of that. I'm going to reclaim the word because I have the power of reclamation. You don't. And you hate that shit. We talk a big game, but we don't walk in the power of the energy that we are claiming. If you really do believe that black women are everything that we get online and say that we are, then we got to stop being so goddamn weak, so movable, so impressionable that they can get online and trigger us with one goddamn post. Fuck what they're saying. Who are you? You are the blueprint. Every time they shit on you, they're not just shitting on you, they're shitting on themselves. Laugh at that shit. But a lot of us can't do that because we don't actually feel confident. We're performing confidence. We don't actually feel valuable. We're performing value. And until we get to the root of that shit, we will continue to be easily triggerable. They will continue to use us to siphon our energy out of us for views, for likes, for energy. Because you don't believe your energy is that valuable, so you easily give it away. We could starve them of energy and end all of this shit, but we won't. We could block them and keep it moving. We could laugh at them in their fucking faces and watch them crumble. We could literally give them no energy and watch them suffocate because we are their air. Ask yourself why we won't do it. Fine. Black women are...
I've never heard of an angry black woman pew-pewing a school. I've never heard of an angry black woman unaliving people on the Vegas Strip, movie theater, or grocery store. I've never seen or heard of an angry black woman doing the Yahtzee salute or carrying a flag. I've never heard of an angry black woman unaliving a 12-year-old black boy. I've never seen or heard of an angry black woman wearing a white hood over her head. And I've never heard of an angry black woman writing a manifesto and calling it Project 2025. I say all that to say, if you still think black women are the angry ones, that lets me know everything I need to know about you.
You used God to enslave my foreparents. You used God to segregate me in school. You used God to put me in the back of the bus. Have you no shame? God created every person in this room. Are you saying that God made a mistake? This is not about God, it's about men who choose to discriminate against other people because they have the power to do so. My record will not show that I voted against Mr. Cicilline having his rights. My record will show that when I had the opportunity to deliver liberty and justice for all, I voted for rights for all.
This country is going to hell in a handbasket. I know the other side is happy. They're like, yes, we're getting our country back. We get to finally get rid of the black people and the people of color. They see this as a victory for America because then they can go back to being their mediocre selves without any competition because black people won't be here. And I know we should be doing everything in our power to stop this from happening. But deep down inside, I'm thinking that this is supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen exactly like this. Since I was a child, I've always had really, really vivid dreams. And a lot of my dreams ended with complete destruction of my environment, which to me symbolizes the destruction of America at large. But I won't get into that nonsense, dream psychology and shit. America has always been due for a reckoning. And I am also due for a reckoning. I've come to realize that I am also culpable. Yeah. I had a really hard time boycotting at the very beginning. As an autistic person, change is just really, really hard for me. I like structure and I like routine, and boycotting some of the places that I've always routinely shopped at was very hard for me. I've slipped up and I've not worn my mask like I should. And if the revolution were to ever happen, I have thought, am I willing to compromise my job? Am I willing to compromise my living situation? And am I willing to compromise my life for this? Some days, hell yes. Other days, hell no. To an extent, America deserves what's coming. And to an extent, I also deserve what's coming. I take full responsibility for my inaction. I take full responsibility for the fact that I could have done so much more. And so when, and I do mean when, America burns down, I probably deserve to burn with it, to be honest. I want to thank my ancestors for building this country, but I also want to thank my ancestors for burning it the fuck down. We see you.
Racism isn't about hating black people. And this is something Africans and black people have forgotten. Every action towards another person is first an emotion internally. So if you spread hate on other people, that is because you spread hate towards yourself. White Europeans have an identity of pure difference. You think they hate black people, but they can't stop taking our shit. They can't stop dressing like us. They can't stop talking like us. They can't stop acting like us. They can't stop, again, stealing our resources, our history, our historical artifacts. They can't stop doing that. They can't stop talking about us. And you think, oh, these people hate you. They don't hate you, my brother. They want to be you. They hate the fact that they know that we are the blueprint for all humanity. All humanity started on the African continent. At some point, every single person on this fucking planet looked just like me. Or maybe they even had darker, beautiful skin. Even darker than myself. These people don't hate you. You have black people in the United States. And those black people, they are Africans. Because once you say, I'm not just black, I'm African, then you are connected to the history of Africa, to the people, to the culture, to the music. But once you say, I'm just black, you just exist in the realm of the United States. But it matters little. Because you are still an African. It's only the white Europeans in the United States that want to disconnect you from your own history. But that's something they can never do, because history is the truth. They will have to face the real facts that they just can't stop thinking about us. They can't stop talking about us. They can't stop trying to look like us. They want your hair. They want your style. They want your music. They want your athletes. They want your people. They want to be you, bro. They even created myths about if a white woman sleeps with a black man, she'll leave her husband. They think you're that powerful, bro. Make it make sense. And yet they make you believe that you want to be like them. Be like them. They want to be like you, nigga. You heard that shit, my brother or sister? They want to be like you. Don't ever fucking believe that, I want to be like them. They want to be like you. They have created an entire system of discrimination so that people won't be like you. But yet, your way of talking, your way of dressing, your music, your style still dominates. Africans still dominate all these sports. And it's not because, Africans have this gene. No! When y'all niggas left the African continent, you lost it. It's not that we are different. You are the ones who are different. It's not us that spread hate towards you. It's not us that attempts to exclude you. We invite, we give warmth, we have abundance. We don't keep things for ourselves. We share. It is you. It is them who don't want to associate themselves with us. But that matters little. Because we still dominate. It's just how it is. Never forget that stuff, bro. These white people, they don't hate you. They hate themselves. And that hate manifests itself through the hatred of you. Someone who is completely different from themselves. As Europeans have an identity of pure difference. Don't ever let these niggas tell you that you want to be like them.
It's very simple why they want to provoke the black community. It's no surprise they would do it after that debacle of a speech from last night. Look at the economy, okay? Look at the stock market. It's going down, okay? We are probably heading towards a recession. And that is all due to his decisions in the White House. All the rollbacks, the DEI rollbacks, all that stuff, that affected his voters, all right? It affected people that supported him more than it affected us. The spending resolution, all right? Getting rid of Medicaid. Everybody knows that's happening, okay? His voters, not happy about that. Social Security being disrupted, his voting base. He just laid off 80,000 veterans from the VA, 80,000 people working for the VA. His voting base. You guys are right. The plan was always to dismantle everything, make everything complicated, disrupt the system, destroy all these services, build frustration, get people mad. Okay? That was always the plan. But what they needed to cover up the fact that this is their fault, what they needed to cover up the fact that these are their decisions and nobody is to blame but them and the Republican Party, what they needed was for there to be anger in the streets, specifically from our community. The fact that they're not getting it is absolutely throwing off their plans, all right? And as things continue to get worse, they cannot continue pointing the finger. They just can't. How long are you going to keep blaming progressive policies and trans rights for the economy being messed up when you've taken away all of those policies and all that legislation? How long are you going to keep getting away with that excuse? How long do you think people are going to believe that you are not working for Russia, okay? How long do you think people are going to believe that Elon Musk is not just stealing money? How long do you think that's going to last? You think that's going to last to the midterms? You think that's going to last to 2028? Let's say in some fantasy world you get that next term. You think that's going to last to 2030, 2032? No, it won't. What they need in order to mitigate that, what they feel like they need, is someone to blame. They needed to get black people angry so we could go out there, protest, cause an uproar, get upset the way they felt like we were getting upset back in 2020. And then not only can they do that martial law thing, they can blame all of the economic struggles that people are going through on us and our anger. That's what they've always done. So like I said, if y'all trying to pardon that man, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it and see how little effect that has on anybody's emotions? The problems that are going on in this country lay squarely at the feet of this administration, all right? They're not going to be using any other resource to shift the blame for the decisions that they are making to ruin American lives.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. At least all I'll have to say after watching all of the video, I'll say that indeed black folks, and as you see, a revolution is being televised because all the things that they said about black folks are countering, and they're not countering by words. They are countering this by action. They are trying to show them that most of the things that they are saying about black people, that black people are not cool people, that black people are people who can't hold their anger down. Black people are people who are so like quick to react. But as you can see, things are going slowly and everyone is observing. People are at the observing stage. And as things are going, seems that not very soon black people are gonna leave the observing stage. And the observing stage has helped them so much to avoid many chaos, to avoid to be trapped, to avoid to be baited by those people who are pushing their agendas, but they want black people to join them so that black voices can help them push their agendas, because they know for the longest time that's the voice of America. Black people are the voice of America. Anything you see black person or black people shout and walk on the street about, it's something that is usually taken seriously. And if you want to know that is true, a lot of white folks are on the street today. The other day they were on the street, the following day they were on the street, but things are just normal. Wait until you see black folks join or go on the street and express or talk about these things. That's when you get to know, or that's when you get to understand that really black voices matter. And there is value in silence. And I think they made sure, and I think that's the best way that they could represent this. There is value. You know what I'm saying? There is value in silence. And the value that black folks have now added is the silence. They are now keeping white folks asking themselves question. We thought that black people are so easy to react. Why aren't they saying anything? Right? And so this shows like a person like me to get to understand that most of the things, especially that we were being told about black folks, are lies. And the evidence is out there. You can see, as you can see what's happening in the United States today. Black folks are keeping their calm. And so this underscores, or this proves that indeed most of the things that people like us who haven't shared much experiences with black folks, we are getting to learn. And this is a perspective that we are also getting to see. And I believe everybody who is watching us from anywhere you're watching this video, I hope you also get to get this perspective. Maybe you're a black person who's watching this video. Yes, it's true. Some of these folks lied. And It's so sad that we bought the narrative, we bought the lies, and we kept them with us. We didn't know much about this. But until then, people are now coming back to reality. People are now getting to know the truth. Well, I'm glad that the steps that black folks have taken until right now that we are here today, I'm really, really glad, but because this is a perspective that they have shown. And as the world expected them to be on the streets, as the world expected them to be at the top of their voices, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that because they know that silence adds value. If you don't say anything, you cannot be attacked, or the words cannot be used against you. And I think this time round, black folks understood that very well, and they understood the assignment, and they stood on business, because that's how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's supposed to be done. Now I really agree that it's true, right? Because if every word you say can be used against you by anybody, then if you don't want your enemy, and I think black folks are using this very well, if you don't want your enemy to know your next move is shut up. And that's what they did. And that's what they're doing. And it's working perfectly. It's working so perfectly. And I agree, right? Because most of the time, people, different groups with different agendas are using black people for their own benefit, right? Some are benefiting from the black voices, and they're not giving credit towards it. And so I feel like it's important to have this time in history where black people can fend for themselves, where black people can stand in business, and that's what they're doing. I'm really proud of my cousins back in the States, my brothers and sisters back in the States, because I know you are rewriting a narrative that is so important to us, that is so important to people like us who are whitewashed. Yes, I agree. People like us who are whitewashed, people like us who wanted to associate so much with the oppressor, right? And so this is what you're doing, is giving us a perspective that's important, a perspective that really shows the nakedness of the truth of what has always been hidden from us. I don't know honestly what you feel about this video, but I think it's imperative for us to know, like, the true image, for us to know the true picture of your capabilities. And I think the most way you've showed your power is by silence. Thank you guys for watching this video. As you know, this is a presenter at Stereotypes Stories, and I'm hoping to see you in my next video. Hey, just a simple reminder, if you happen to be watching this video for the first time, I'll most definitely ask you to subscribe to the channel, join our membership, and really get to see what we can offer you. There are a couple of series, educational series, that I have in my channel that are up, that you get your time and watch them and benefit from them. As you know, this is a presenter at Stereotypes Stories. And hey, thank you so much. Those who are sending me super thanks, I highly appreciate for the support that you're giving me. I really appreciate those who are also supporting me on my Cash App account. I definitely appreciate you. You just don't know how important you are in helping me in this journey, making it easier for me to bring you all this content. This is a presenter at Stereotypes Stories, and I'm glad and hope that you're doing fine. Let me see you in my next video. But until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.